Hard work is not what makes you wise. It's not what signifies that you are wise. You can be really, really hustling hard in this world and in this life. And yet it says, the labor of the foolish wearieth every one of them. Why do they get tired? Because they do not know how. There is a how to get in everything. That's what Priscilla said. Whatever you want to achieve in this life, there is a how to it. If you don't know the how, guys, you will work, you will labor, you will hustle, you will toil, and at the end of the day, you will be weary, and you will say, this life, no balance. True, life, no balance. What Michael said, that table could not carry everybody. And we're going to get to that point. The world was not designed to be fair. The earlier you accepted it, the faster you can make progress. Understand the advantage system and disadvantage system in the world and find out, how do I make the advantage system work for me? When Jesus said, the poor you will always have among you, he meant it. Meaning, as long as the earth remains, there will be poor people. But the good thing is that they didn't write anybody's name on any side. Everybody can be rich, not everybody will be rich. Everybody can be blessed, not everybody will be blessed. Why? There is a how to getting these things done. And it doesn't matter how hard you work, if you don't follow the pattern, you don't follow the how, you will just keep laboring and toiling, and you will realize that you're just working hard. You don't set the rules, but you play by the rules. Now, what most of us don't realize is that we are living, we have been programmed. Somebody said, and I love this, he says, no, you're not born poor. Nobody was born poor. We all learned poverty. We're born human, but we learned poverty. Some people learned wealth. And that is why most times you realize that the family that somebody is born into almost predictably will determine where he's going to. Somebody born into a poor environment will just realize that he's just making decisions after decision that is just keeping them perpetually at that state. And a child born into a very wealthy home, even if they make foolish decisions, what we think is foolish, just realize that they just keep stumbling into wealth. This is a mind programming thing. Most times what people realize, and we learned about the world, most of us, from people who transferred the disadvantaged side of knowledge to us. And unless we relearn how this world works, we will. Now, okay, think about it. Over time, you realize that children naturally become like their parents. The way they think, the way they talk. In fact, in the olden days, profession was a family thing. If your father is a hunter, you will also grow up to become a hunter. Is it because there's hunting DNA in your family? No, this child just grew up and saw hunting, and all he knows is hunting. So if your mother is a farmer, you grew up to be a farmer. If your father is a blacksmith, you grew up to be a blacksmith. And how it plays for us today, if you grew up watching your parents or watching the people around you earn money by selling things, in your mind it's been hardwired, programmed that the only way to make money is to sell things. So you grow up looking for what to sell. If you grew up around civil servants who go to work and earn money, your wiring is that the only way to make money is to get a job and work and earn money. So naturally you grow up, even when there are opportunities around you, you can't even recognize them because it was never put in your mind. You've never been used to it. And you just grew up seeing those things. There was a time, I think I made a post on Facebook the other day about my daughter, when she brought a logo to me and said that she wants to, this is the logo for her company. I say, you and who? Company at 9. And that yes, she wants to set up a studio. She's learning animation. She wants to now set up a design studio to own. And while I was talking with her, what got to my mind is, why will this girl learn a skill? And the first thing that will come to her mind is set up a company with this skill. That's all she has seen growing up. That's the only thing she has seen. From the day she was born, her parents have been building businesses. So what she knows they do with skill is not to get job, is to start business. It's her wiring. And so the wiring is such that anywhere she goes to, she's looking for opportunity. What can I create? So many of us now, don't blame yourself. So why am I starting with this? So that you can understand where most of our problems is coming from. Most of our problems are coming from the growth, from the background we got. And each of us has to get to a point in life where we take absolute responsibility and say, from now on, I am responsible for what's next. There's a quote I saw. They say, you can blame your background before 30. After 30, you are the background. Because already at that point, you are now the one creating somebody else's background. Say, I grew up in a poor family. Yes, none of us chose the family we grew up in. But you get to a point where you have to tell yourself, something has to change. Now, I had a very fantastic upbringing. My parents they still are missionaries. And the life very, very fantastic upbringing. But I learned about money in a particular pattern, in a particular direction. And this is the pattern by which I learned about money, is that money is always scarce. Because my parents never lived on a salary all their lives, even when they have money, they are thinking of the future. So we don't spend money. We keep on. And see, in that kind of situation, my mom, fantastic woman, the day I got admitted to the university, she took me to the bank, UBA, and did a change of seat. She had opened an account for us since we were small. When you enter 100 level, they hand over your passbook for you. Your school fees is there till you graduate. If you like, blow it. But now this is so. Why am I saying this? But while that was a very, very modest and very fantastic plan executed, we grew up realizing that even when you have money, you manage it, and that became the wiring. And I grew up, got married, started my own home with that wiring. Money, you don't spend it, you manage it. It's never enough. It's never enough. I can't forget the day we were living on Antico. My wife bought a baby walker. Eyo was just about maybe a few months then. She bought a baby walker, and I got home and I saw the baby walker. Fantastic, nice baby walker, and I got very angry. Why was I angry? It's too expensive. We should buy a cheaper one. I was like, excuse me, this is our daughter. You are not at home. I am the one at home cooking in the kitchen. This girl needs to be able to move around inside something safe. And for me, my thinking was manage. Until I got to a point when I realized, wait. I think I grew up with some self-sabotaging beliefs. That even when I am at the verge of a breakthrough, I don't see it because the background in my head, the script in my head is telling me, no, this is not for people like you. You don't belong here. You don't deserve this. And over time, that became the background. So first of all, if you are in this meeting, the first thing I need you to do is to tell yourself, from today, I'm responsible for whatever happens going forward. You cannot, as long as you keep looking for somebody to blame, you will always find somebody to blame. And the truth is, did you see those dogs? There was one of the dogs that had almost gotten to the top, and then somebody gave him sideboard and he came down. You can go down and say, that is not fair now, somebody kicked me. There's no referee. So there's no yellow card, you see, in life, that somebody did something, who is judging? Almost nobody. Even if you are in Nigeria, even the system that is supposed to be a justice system is, I didn't say anything. But you see, first foundation, life does not reward you according to your efforts. Life rewards you according to the knowledge that drives your effort. That is why two people can work 8 hours every day, work as hard, probably have the same education, the same skill, working in a similar, using the same skill, different places. One of them is making 1%, the other is making 100%, and they go totally different directions. It is not the effort that you put in, it is what drives the effort that matters. And that is why we're actually having this conversation today. But let me start from a point that I think many of us are suffering from, particularly those of us who are Christians. I don't know who had told us that spirituality is synonymous with poverty. I don't know where that came from. I'm on a WhatsApp group somewhere. Somebody made a post sometime in the week. I read the post. I typed. Then I went back. I just deleted the post. I told myself, no, they won't get it. Because I wanted to start, in my mind, I'm like, where do I go start? I think you're on that group now. You know what I'm talking about. As in the person is like, no, we are supposed to be poor because we are ministers. So we tell ourselves that, somebody has the Bible. I'm going to refer to the Bible a lot of times. 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 11. I love that scripture. And I would love if somebody can read that scripture for me. 2 Corinthians 9:11.